bringing out Main Street Asset Management, their Chief Investment Officer, Aaron Gibbs. Before we get into the winners and all that, I'm asking everyone who's been around on the street for a while, your reaction to what we're saying. You know, I remember, I go back to the big crash. From the dot-com bubble, and then the big crash after the global financial crisis, and then the big COVID crash. And every subsequent time, it feels like investors panic a lot less, are more opportunistic, and in things like this, it feels like they take in stride, and it's the media that feels like they're losing their minds.
Well, we got to make things entertaining, right? I mean. But yeah, I do feel like investors have gone through enough of roller coaster rides that they're starting to just get maybe a little more used to it and a little more opportunistic when it comes to being able to buy on the dips.
Did you get a lot of fearful calls over the weekend?
None. I think there was just more general feeling of actually taking a stance. Really just in a political sense, but certainly nobody's really worried about their investments. I think we've seen the oil play out too many times that anybody gets that excited about it.
And you got to admit, I mean, there's a sense that maybe it's a peaceful world, and that's the ultimate platform for prosperity, right?
Absolutely.
Let's talk now about your note. And on the fashion side, you're saying that the 90s are back. What does that mean, the 90s are back?
So the 90s trend, the 90s fashion, which is a lot of, within the retailers, a lot of baggy denim, a lot of lighter denim, not dark denim, as well as plaids, and just generally more loose clothing. That style that really epitomizes the 90s has very much been a trend, both even on the runways as well as within social media and on Main Street. And we're seeing that continuation go on. There's lots of references. Right now it's Men's Fashion Week. There's still lots of references to the sort of the baggy and the tracksuits, even on like the high-end fashion, but also within the lower end and everyday
I got an
casual.
Adidas tracksuit I bought 4 years ago. No, but I deliberately bought it like many sizes too small.
Yep.
I'm gonna try it on in a couple of weeks. I'll let you know. Let's talk about ways to make money from this, though, right? Because you like Gap stores is one way. Yeah,
so Gap stores really was running well, even earlier in the trend. Now, all of these stores obviously are very sensitive to tariffs, right?
Is that what happened here? The stock made a huge move, and then all of a sudden it gave a lot of it back.
Yeah, so the 90s story was already going up. We were seeing much bigger revenues, really doing well. They have a new head designer, Zach Posen, and so that was the run-up. And then the tariffs, this is the tariff story. And as you can see, it's really stabilized because now people are saying, okay, the tariffs have been priced in. Maybe the margins won't be as great. Maybe the sales won't be as strong if they have higher prices. But we really think this is the bottom. And you can see it's pretty close to the sort of the bottom of the 2-year range. So I think this is an excellent opportunity to get in before it spikes again and like catch that another upside.
I love that. I love the rationale for that, the risk reward. Abercrombie and Fitch, this is a name that when it gets hot, it sizzles, right?
Right. I mean, when it gets hot, it's hot. When it's not, it's not.
So, I mean, it's built the base. Would you wait for like a breakout? Like it's at 75. Do I wait for it to get to 90 or do you start to build a position here?
So I would actually say build a position. I really think that the worst news, you see again that April tariffs move, that was really the bottom. I think again, it is a much more volatile stock, but I think getting back, I don't know if we're necessarily going to see 150, but again, I think that this stock could easily go back up to 100. And just simply on the 90s fashion trend, and that's still continuing at least for the next 6 months when we're stealing from retailers and social media trends.
If we had used like a 5-year chart, we'd have seen like how this has come off the canvas before, and in mighty ways. When it gets hot, it gets hot.
Yeah, and I think like there's an easy 40% upside on this one. As soon as we get a little more settled on tariffs, they're going to report at the end of August. I think buying now before the report is going to be your best bet when you really want to make some.
All right, good stuff, Aaron. Thank you very much. Hey, folks, of all days, we need to remember the words of C.S. Lewis about not living in fear. My take is next.